Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're a focused learner looking to streamline your service business without, pulling your hair out over complex tech, you are in exactly the right place. Have you ever spent your Friday night staring at this tangled web of unlinked apps, trying to figure out why an invoice just didn't send or why a client got dropped? Ugh, it is literally the most frustrating thing. Today, we're going to break down the mechanics of organizing a service business, but using customized, beautifully designed spreadsheet toolkits. We're going to look at the exact anatomy of these systems and how they manage everything from that very first lead to your final paycheck, bringing just absolute clarity to your workflow.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts, I want to ask you something directly. Do you really need expensive software? Look, we've all felt the pain of steep learning curves, right? And those endless, agonizing onboarding calls. Think about subscription fatigue. You absolutely know that familiar sting of seeing $49.99 automatically leave your bank account every single month for a platform where you barely touch like 80% of the features. So ask yourself, are those complex platforms actually necessary for your day-to-day operations, or are they honestly just weighing you down? It's a question basically every solopreneur and agency owner faces. And today, we have a really fascinating answer, derived straight from our source material.
Okay, let's dive right into this. First, ditching expensive software. Second, tracking leads and clients. Third, mastering pipelines and payments. Fourth, the power of SOPs. And fifth, tailored to your trade. All right, Section 1, ditching expensive software and breaking free from subscription fatigue. Think about the invisible chains of traditional, expensive booking software for a second. Signing up usually means locking yourself into a monthly subscription, navigating this steep learning curve that eats up days of your time, and then the inevitable realization that you have to pay for extra add-ons just to get the features you actually needed in the first place. It's crazy. This constant drain completely chips away your profit margins. Now, on the flip side, we have spreadsheet toolkits. These are systems built completely within environments you probably already know inside and out, like Excel or Google Sheets. There are absolutely no subscriptions, there is zero learning curve, and it works instantly. It's a fundamental shift, really, away from endless monthly billing cycles, allowing you to reclaim those lost profit margins right away.
The core promise of these kits is perfectly summarized by this simple idea: stay organized without expensive software. It sounds simple, sure, but it's an incredibly powerful concept because it fundamentally changes your relationship with your business tools. It's the mental shift from indefinitely renting your business infrastructure to actually owning it outright. It is all about liberation from tech headaches and, oh man, those endless password resets. These systems promise a way out of the software dread by leveraging clean, structured files you already have access to, giving you total control and, most importantly, peace of mind.
Moving on to Section 2, tracking leads and clients, and capturing every inquiry cleanly.
Okay, picture this. A potential client sends you a quick DM on Instagram at 10 p.m. Usually, what happens? That inquiry ends up scribbled on a sticky note, which gets stuck to your monitor and eventually falls right into the trash, costing you hundreds of dollars in lost revenue. Poof, gone. Well, these client and lead trackers prevent that entirely. They function as a CRM, which, if you aren't familiar, stands for Customer Relationship Management. In plain English, a CRM is essentially a highly intelligent digital Rolodex that remembers absolutely everything for you. You can track every single client and project seamlessly, capture exactly where your leads are coming from, log the specific services they want, and use built-in status drop-down fields to group everything logically without typing a single extra word.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how simple, pre-configured dropdowns completely eliminate the learning curve and, quite frankly, save your sanity. You aren't typing out wedding photography or Instagram ad 50 times a day until your fingers literally bleed, just hoping you don't accidentally misspell it and mess up your search later. Actually, scratch that, it's even easier. The lists are totally pre-configured. You just click and select. It ensures incredibly quick, error-free data entry, keeping your whole database perfectly clean. And when it comes time to review your analytics at the end of the year, that clean data is exactly what allows you to see which lead sources are actually making you money.
Let's roll into Section 3, mastering pipelines and payments and automating your day-to-day workflow.
So, let's see how this builds into an actual workflow. Once the lead is captured, what happens next? If you don't have a system, panic usually sets in as deadlines approach. But these pipelines, they act like a passive project manager that just gently taps you on the shoulder when it's time to act. The system automatically counts the days until an event or session. It uses color coding to keep you on track, auto-flagging upcoming items in yellow and urgently flagging overdue dates in bright red. Imagine waking up, opening your file, and instantly knowing exactly what needs your attention before you've even finished your morning coffee. And crucially, it handles the math for you.
It auto-calculates subtotals, taxes, and balances, so absolutely nothing slips through the cracks.
I really want you to let this next number sink in. 0. Typically, if you want automated color flagging and conditional logic, you gotta upgrade to the premium enterprise tier of a SaaS product, right? But here, there are 0 add-ons needed and 0 monthly fees to get this exact level of automation. All of this logic is baked right into the file from day one. When you think about the long-term return on investment, having this level of sophistication built in for 0 recurring cost is an absolute game changer for any small business. These money trackers are incredibly robust, and they handle industry-specific math that generic software often completely fumbles. To give you a concrete example, if you're a photographer, the system instantly deducts the non-refundable retainer and auto-calculates the final outstanding balance. This ensures you never, ever accidentally send a client an inaccurate invoice. Or let's say you're an insurance agent. The system handles the complex tracking of gross and net commissions per policy. It's designed to do the heavy lifting for your exact financial model, so you never have to guess about your cash flow again.
Moving right along, Section 4, the power of SOPs, done-for-you standard operating procedures. And this brilliantly illustrates the backbone of almost any successful service business. Notice this universal 5-step chronological flow here. Step 1, inquiry and lead response. Step 2, booking and application. Step 3, pre-event prep. Step 4, execution and day of care. And finally, Step 5, post-service follow-up. Let's walk through this mentally for a second. Regardless of your specific niche, following this exact systematic progression is the real secret to consistent client success. If you skip even one of these, like, say, forgetting that crucial post-service follow-up in Step 5, you are leaving referral money right on the table and ruining your client retention. It literally all has to flow together.
But while those overarching steps are similar, the real-world execution is totally different depending on your job, right? That's exactly why each kit comes with 5 to 6 highly specialized, done-for-you standard operating procedures. This is such a huge relief. You don't have to sit down staring at a blank screen on a Sunday afternoon trying to figure out your entire workflow from scratch. It's just done for you. And these aren't generic guides either. They're tailored checklists built for your specific day-to-day reality. They take all the guesswork out of your daily operations, whether you're running a weekly insurance review or delivering post-session photography files to a super eager client.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, tailored to your trade, universal systems, customized design. So, the crucial point here is how this universal framework adapts to distinct industries. Let's talk about these diverse applications. An event vendor gets a dedicated subcontractor book, because managing different decorators and caterers is their absolute biggest headache, right? Plus, they get a beautiful rose and champagne gold aesthetic. A photographer? They get a customized tracker for their gear and second shooters in moody teal and amber. Meanwhile, a freelancer or insurance agent gets a sleek navy and gold design, with trackers specifically built for follow-ups and renewals. And the salon or spa kit? That one tracks staff and retail inventory in a really calming sage green and rose. The tools are explicitly built for the unique, everyday problems of each trade. Let's expand on the psychology of this bespoke design for just a moment. Why does it actually matter that a spreadsheet looks good? Well, because if you have to look at an ugly, stressful, corporate-looking grid every single day to run your business, it's eventually going to make you hate your work. The moody teal and amber is literally inspired by classic photography color grading. The Salon Kit features this premium zebra row formatting in sage green and rose. These digital downloads prove that highly functional tools can also be visually stunning. They take a mundane administrative task and transform it into a deeply satisfying daily ritual. The true impact, though, is found in how deeply these unique trackers understand high-stakes situations for small business owners. Look at it this way. If a photographer loses a rented lens because they didn't track it properly, boom, that is hundreds of dollars instantly lost. If a salon owner miscalculates a massage therapist's commission percentage, they lose their staff's trust. An insurance agent absolutely needs to know exactly when policies renew so they don't miss out on crucial recurring commissions. And an event vendor, they absolutely must coordinate with second shooters so the bride's big day goes off without a hitch. Each toolkit anticipates exactly what that specific professional needs to track to avoid catastrophic mistakes.
Yet, regardless of how specialized the niche is, the underlying promise remains remarkably consistent and highly accessible. Instant digital download, lifetime access, unlimited personal business use. Think about what unlimited personal business use actually means for you. As your business grows, as you bring on more and more clients, you aren't suddenly bumped into some higher, wildly expensive pricing tier. You aren't charged per user, per month. You buy it once, you download it instantly, and you use it to run your solopreneur operation or small agency for life. You are completely insulated from inflation and those pesky pesky software price hikes.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer, leaving you with one final provocative question. I want you to take a hard look at the systems you're using right now. Is your current expensive software actually serving you? Or is it honestly just costing you? If you're paying monthly fees for complex tools when a tailored, visually beautiful spreadsheet toolkit could automate your entire workflow with zero learning curve, well, it might just be time to rethink how you organize your business. Thank you so much for joining me for this breakdown. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.